I just got out of the grocery store, the discount grocery store at that, and there was this old man, and he was checking out, and all that he had was soup and crackers. And it made me almost cry, because this economy is so hard for those of us who are still actively working and employed. But I cannot imagine how hard it is right now for senior citizens that are living on a fixed income. Like, I just want everything to get better for everybody. It just fucking sucks.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Can somebody explain to me why and I'm here to rant again. Can somebody explain to me why the entire economy is set up on like stealing from people or like robbing the public? All products are scams. All advertising is stealing. Like, I'll give you one example. The mail. What is the mail? Like, how can the things that come in the mail be legal? I checked my mail today, and inside the mail, there is 11 out of 12 are dishonest, official-looking paperwork that are like, your homeowner's insurance is set to expire, final warning. It's not from my insurance company. It's not from anybody and then there's final little, I'm opening it like, what? This final little paragraph at the bottom is like, this is a marketing advertisement, blah, 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 blah. The next one, it's like perforated like a paycheck where you have to fold it. I'm like, what the hell is this? Open it. I am not stupid, and I don't think these things are real. But every one of them is actually a dishonest lie. How is that able to be sent out to the public? Like, there's probably a warehouse full of people offshore right now answering phone calls for elderly people who get like an expiration on their, warranty of their vehicle, they go and spend $390 on a yearly extended warranty or something like that for like their Samsung dishwasher. Like, they just get advertisement scams in the mail all day, every day. How is that a part of the legality of the system? Same goes for email. Unfortunately, on this planet, we've decided that emailing each other is a way to contact each other so that next time they open their phone, they're going to get alerted that they have an email. And because of that, now we have to deal with spam all day. And some businesses are set up so that they don't even actually sell a product. They're just like, click this so that we have your phone number or something, and then we can steal it or sell it or scam you. And then I'll get, you get spam texts all day long. It's like, click here, your Netflix expired. And then you click that, and it's a phishing site, and they want you to enter your Netflix. It's a fake Netflix password reset page, and they want you to put it in there so that you know what it is or what. It's like the entire, like, very little of the economy is actually a person providing a good or service with a reasonable price at a fair markup so that the person selling the good or service can make a living that's fair to the amount of time it takes to provide the good or service without like a 600% markup, because they have to pay insurance, they have to pay to renew their LLC every year, they've got employees, and they can't just pay the employee $10 an hour to do it. They've got to like double that in order to cover their workers' comp insurance and their fucking 401k coverage and their health care. Like, everything is fucked. We need like a massive reset on the entire economy. Everything is just stealing from people. I mean, I have a lot of salesman friends, and they hate their jobs, and they wake up, they straighten their little fake tie, or they put on their little polo with their golf sweater over the top, and then they're like, well, time to go steal from people. Like, they have to put on their stupid smiley face and have that voice. Hey, bro, what's up, man? Oh, dude, sorry I missed your phone call yesterday. Look, I was thinking maybe we could meet that meeting. It's like, Barf. Why can't we just ban advertising? If people need a product, they'll seek it out. Revert back to small business for everything. Like, I know for a fact that the problem is mega corporations, because a company like Amazon that's sitting on like $1 trillion in cash earns more from like its real estate ownings or its actual interest on cash or its stock going up more than it does any of its products. And so what it does is it just becomes a marketplace that loses $400 billion a year, but makes $405 billion in fucking interest in real estate. So, the last year's sales were $405 billion. So the stock keeps going up, and yet, like, it makes margin thin income or whatever. And yet it destroys all other economies. So people have to like go to Walmart and look for clearance items on the shelves and sell it on the Amazon marketplace, or go to Costco because they've got a Costco membership, and this month it's $5 off a case of Pringles, and I can sell each Pringle as arbitrage on Amazon in 2-packs for like the same price as I buy the 12-pack at Costco. And I then pay for Prime in order to have those Pringles purchased and shipped to me in the same day, and I order same day, and I pay $2.99 for same day shipping, so it's here by 4 a.m. or something when I order it at 10 at night, and it's never here until like 3 days later. Then I have to cancel the order, and they don't care. They just like, don't send it back. You can keep the item, and we'll refund you the entirety and the $2.99. And it's like, all of it is just stealing and scamming and arbitrage. Nothing is actually at the essence of what products and services should be. In 1920, or 1912 or whatever, when Henry Ford made the Model T Ford and then built a building, he paid a fair price for the building to be made, and then built a car and paid the workers what they could make so that they could, that was when capitalism worked. It's just completely spun out of control. And everybody's inbox and phones and mails are all full of stealing. And businesses lose money but make money by shutting down other companies. It's so fucked up, dudes. We need to flip the whole economic system on its head. I don't know how.
It's really sad that I am 33 years old and I am at a job that I'm making the most money that I've ever made, but yet somehow I am still struggling because of the way that the economy is right now. And it's rough, and I hate it, and it's stupid. I tried doing TikTok Shop to try to bring in a little extra money, but it's just $5 here and there, so it's not enough for anything. So now I think I'm gonna have to get a second job, which means more time away from my kids, and it's really depressing and really sad because all I want to do is give my kids the best life and spend time with them. But the way this economy is set up for being a single mom, making what I'm making, it's not cutting it. And it's really sad, and it's really rough that this is the world that we're living in. Because 10 years ago, if I was making this amount of money, I'd have been set. And no, it's not a lot. Far from a lot. But I would have been set. I would have been doing fine 10 years ago had I had this job then, making this money then. It's just insane to me. This economy is shit, and I'm over it. And I don't want to have to get a second job, but I think that's where I'm at this point. Is I'm just gonna have to get a second job because TikTok Shop ain't cutting it. And I don't know who else is hating this economy, because I'm sick and tired of it.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Okay, I just got off work and I wanted to keep like a little snack. I have to cook. I actually have to go buy groceries and then cook, and that's gonna take forever, and I'm starving. So maybe I stop by Taco Bell. Let me get like one taco and like a happy hour drink. So I get a taco, like a supreme taco, so like whatever. And I get one of those little, like, I wanted like nacho cheese, so I got one of those little chips and cheese thing, and a dollar drink. Tell me why it's almost $9. Like, what the freak? That's like a whole ass meal, and I just got a taco. Like, I ate it in 2 seconds. It's my fat ass, but whatever. Like, what is going on? Like, I cannot afford this economy. This is crazy. Like, I just voted, something's gotta give. Like, next year, I'm about to buy a house. I'm about to do all this stuff. And if I can't afford fast food taco, like, I simply cannot, like, do this anymore. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. I literally had 2 jobs. Like, before this job, now I'm a healthcare baddie, but I had 2 jobs. And I'm, like, still struggling. Like, I'm heading to Walmart after this to go, like, buy groceries, and it's probably gonna be like another $100. So it's something like that. It's crazy. Like, am I the only crazy one? Like, this is, no, I cannot. No, something's gotta give. We gotta do something.
I try not to keep my.
Okay, but can we have a like legit for real conversation about this? Because what the fuck is this economy? Like, it's insane. This is not what the fuck I signed up for when I was a little kid. Like, I thought that things would be super cool. Like, this is not fun. We are not having a fun time. No one is enjoying this except the rich people who don't even think about money. But all of us that are like middle class, low middle class, like, what are we supposed to do? And the thing is, like, how do we make it any better? Like, does anybody have any solutions? Because this is insanity. Like, it's actually insane how bad this economy has gotten. And I feel like nobody has answers. We're supposed to come up with the answers, I guess, but like, I don't know where to even start and begin to make any of this better.
Okay, so I just got my car registration and I fucking have questions. Why is my registration $428? That's the flat rate. That's not even, there's no late fee in there. $428. How can you charge me over $400 for a car that I am paying someone else for me to own? Where's that $400 going to? The roads that aren't fixed? The housing we can't afford? Like Newsom. G-Man. I'm in nursing school. I can't afford that. I can't even get a part-time job right now because the economy is bad. Plus, I've had my car less than a year and the transmission is already failing. Like, the fucking audacity on a 2018 to charge me $428 for registration. Like, dude, I'm working my ass off and it is literally so ghetto here.
I think it's super unfortunate that, like, we live in a society where there's a ton of people like me who are super intelligent, super articulate, and get the average person to get the wheels turning in their head, super talented in many different facets, and have, like, so much to offer the world. But for some reason, we're just so fucking lazy. And I don't even mean it in like a negative sense, because I'm not really like lazy in the term of lazy, like being a sloth. Because I have my own business, I run a business, I'm a mom, I do my thing, I do my thug thizzle on the day to day. But when it comes to investing energy and time and effort into the things that I know I want to invest into in my life, like the things that are going to eventually benefit the long-term dream, not just to like pay the bills, but the things that are honestly going to fulfill me and make me happy inside, like I don't have the time, the energy, the capacity to fully invest in myself the way I wish I fucking could. And there's so many of us out there who have so much to fucking offer the world, but because of society and like having to always be in this fucking rat race and on the go, like we do not have the privilege to even like let that side flourish, to even like fucking to nurture that part of us. And like the little girl inside of me, like that inner child in me is fucking heated, because there's so much that I want to do creatively, there's so much that I just really want to do, and it's just like I be burnt the fuck out sometimes. But everybody got the same 24, so maybe it's an excuse, I don't know, maybe I just gotta get my shit together. But if you like me and it's hard for you to get out your own way, like you do so much already, that the thought of like, all right, now I gotta take the time out to do this because I know this is the type of thing that'll eventually make me happy in the long run, that maybe even might eventually lead me to success, to where I don't have to live in this rat race anymore. Just like the idea, like trying to even just conceptualize like what that will look like sometimes for us can be mentally fucking exhausting. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna hang in there. Sometimes I think we just need a little bit of motivation. maybe that's what we lacking right now in the world, is some goddamn motivation.
All she just said was facts. And I think that as adults, we hardly have the space to follow our dreams. And I think that is just extremely stressful that we as people, we can't just choose to focus on ourselves, and we always have like external factors that just always hinder us as well, like school, kids, working, appointments, and just matters of life in general.
Can I tell you something crazy about New York? Not having a job makes your life so.
Okay, so everything that lady just said is 100% facts. And let me break it down to y'all. One thing I always say, especially to my friends, I always say this. The only two people who are able to survive in this world right now are the ultra wealthy and the ultra poor. And I wholeheartedly mean that, because in this day and age, the middle class is being taken away and dismantled right before our eyes. I don't care if you're making 50 bands a year. I don't care if you're making 300 bands a year or 600 bands a year. We are all literally just a pandemic or a layoff away from being in a disaster. Granted, I know a lot of us probably have amassed, a good savings, good investments, whatnot. We're all trying to do the right things in life. But at the end of the day, that can all be taken away from us at any given moment. And that's what's so scary about it. It's really, really scary to think that, because you have so many different scenarios that could occur. Obviously, we could be thrown into a war, which I think we are, where, God forbid we're thrown into a war, things could get shut down at any moment. You can't even go grab your money. Like, stuff like that happens in other parts of the world. Literally, in Lebanon, there were people who weren't even able to access their money in their banks because of what was going on in Lebanon. What would happen if that was to occur here in the US? We went crazy during the pandemic over toilet paper. Imagine people not being able to access their money. Granted, let's say nothing like that happens, God forbid, right? What happens if you get laid off? All right, you could definitely bounce back. Like, we are a generation that's good on bouncing back. You could bounce back and whatnot, but that's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. And depending on how much you have tucked away, it could either hold you down for a few weeks, a few months, or a few years, but it's not going to hold you down forever. That's why I say the only people who will be able to survive are the ultra wealthy and the ultra poor, because the ultra wealthy have amassed so much fortune that it can hold them down for generations. They don't even have to work. If Mark Zuckerberg was to just sit back and retire right now, completely, be taken away from, like, taken off of all the boards that he sits on and do nothing for the rest of his life, he will be good. He doesn't need to ever worry about anything. And there are so many other people in that bucket. However, I know you're saying, okay, well, that's like some examples of like ultra wealth, but then what about the people who, like, are wealthy, but they're not like super wealthy? Think of like ball players, think of like rappers, executives, like high ranking executives and stuff like that. Things can happen to them too where they lose a lot of their wealth. Some people are not smart enough to, make money and keep money. A lot of people can make money, but spend that shit like it's no tomorrow. Now, also, you have the situations of like, like doctors and stuff like that, where they have to work for their money. And they make a lot of money, but they still, at the end of the day, have to work for their money. Lawyers have to still work for their money, or no money's going to be brought in. That's why I mean to say, like, anything could happen to someone, and then next thing you know, your life can be in shambles. Let's not even talk about people who are just working regular jobs, making like 70K a year or 50K a year. Those people are even worse situations and in a worse boat. So I say that to say this. The next group of people I'm going to discuss are really fortunate in my eyes to be in that situation, because living in New York City, for instance, being either super wealthy or super poor is the only way you can survive. And the people who are super poor are on public assistance, government assistance, receiving food stamps, receiving housing vouchers, whatnot. They have it good. They don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming in from. They don't have to worry about where their rent money is going to be coming in from. They don't have to worry about breaking their back day in and day out, because quite frankly, a lot of them probably don't have to work. I get it. Listen, I'm not hating on the fact, because at the end of the day, I have ambition. I know what I want in life. I know what I really want to attain in life. So that lifestyle is just unfortunately not for me. But that's really not a bad lifestyle for people who want that lifestyle. Like, at the end of the day, they're never going to have to worry about having a roof over their heads, especially if they have kids. They're not going to have to worry about paying co-pays for their medical payments. When I had to give birth to my 2 children, I gave birth back to back, a year apart. Both of those were actually C-sections, and both of those C-sections came with a few days at the NICU. When I got that hospital bill, let me tell y'all, I gave birth in Manhattan and in Brooklyn, and the bills were like $80,000 for each kid, each birth. Granted, the insurances that I have covered a majority of the portion, but not all. I still had to come out of pocket a couple of thousand. Co-pays, always have to pay co-pays, always have to pay deductibles, and quite frankly, that's not even it. That's not even the issue. The issue is also, like, we're working so hard, we're climbing the corporate ladder, reaching all of our goals, hitting off our checklists. And then next thing you know, the more money you make, the more money they take. And that's just like, it's a never ending cycle. More money, more problems, right? Let's say you even take it a step further and now you want to get a house. So I buy the house, we put work in, whatnot, having it look good. Next thing you know, you get your tax assessments for the following year on all the repairs that you just did. And guess what? Your taxes just skyrocketed. Your mortgage payment in general just skyrocketed. I've literally heard of situations where people are paying X amount and then their mortgage payment just jumps like $1,000 a month in addition to what they were already paying. It's just so unfortunate. The middle class is just always being attacked in every which way. For God's sakes, a lot of people still can't even get their student loans removed. Student loans, they sell you this dream: go to school, get your education, whatnot. But then as soon as you graduate, you're bombarded with so much payments of student loans plus regular life on top of it. Don't start a family, because that's just another topic we won't even discuss right now. It's just an unfortunate cycle. But I just say that to say this. Literally, the only 2 people who would be able to survive are the lower class and the upper class. Us middle class, God bless us.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.